Hello, this is Georgia Stathis. I have been a professional astrologer since the late 70s, and I major in business and financial astrology, and I've done a lot of work over the years, including thousands of clients. And now, in the last few years, I've moved a lot of my energy to the support of the Alexandria IBASE.org nonprofit foundation, which is for you, the astrologer, or those who are interested in astrology, having access to many of the books and articles and magazines that unfortunately are no longer available to us because they're no longer published. They're lost in collections throughout the world. And so many, many years ago, I began with Christine Skinner, with the support of Urania Trust, the Alexandria IBASE.org, which is a very uniquely designed database to find this literature using subject, which is very unusual. So if you're looking for solar arcs, or if you're looking for secondary progressions, you pop it in the search engine, and whatever we currently have listed, it will direct you to either where those books are in private collections or possibly on Internet Archives, which is a free online borrowing library. So our job at alexandriaibase.org is to provide a link to as many libraries and collections and online accesses as possible. But first, a lot of people have asked, how do we use this? So I want to just give you a brief tutorial on how to do this. And every day, with our 4 librarians working all the time and our project managers working all the time, things keep changing. We are using a basic library technology called Opal's database. And so I'm going to share my screen right now and show you how to just find one thing, which will be part of a series that I'm beginning to do with Astrology Hub sometime in 2023. But for now, here's how to use the database. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to go. Okay, so this is not our home page. Let's go back to the home page first. This is the home page that you get when you put in, as you can see up here, www.alexandriaibase.org. And this is the home page. And if you'd like to join our community, there is no cost at the present time. You can give us your name and your email in this little box here. But if you're not ready to do that, here's what you can do. You go up to the Search the Catalog button. Now it's going to take you to the Opal's kind of homepage, and you'll see across the top location, and I'm going to bring this down. These are some of the private collections that are now listed on our database, as well as Internet Archives, which is a free borrowing library online. Now, if you want to look at different media formats, I thought right now everything is checked here. But say, for example, we just want to find a book. We would hit book, and I'd say if you want to find the book on the internet at Internet Archives, you might want to also hit here. And let's just use an author that we pretty much know about. Let's use, for example, Stephen Arroyo. So I would put an author keyword here, and then I would put in Arroyo's last name, and then I would hit the search button. Then what you're going to find once this uploads is where all his books that we currently have listed either in private collections around the world or located on internet access are. And here's on the left the locations of all the collections we have right now with Arroyo's books, 5 of his books available to work with on internet access. We have in English, we have lists of various authors that are related. So we can go, this is one of my favorite books of all time, Astrology, Karma, and Transformation. And you can see, let's not look at this first thing, but let's look at this second window here. You can see when it was published, when it was republished, who the publishers are, where it was published, and you can see underneath where it says location, there's a private collection in Pleasant Hill, California, which is my private collection. We have the Philip Graves collection in England with whom we are working. In Austin, Texas, we have a collection. I think this is the AFA collection, whose catalog we're doing, and the AA library. And you can see where all of these things are. But if you want to find the book and actually use it because you don't have it in your collection, I would go here to internet, to go to this one. I would click it, and it's going to take me to internet access. And you hit this URL, access available from Internet Archive. Now, before I hit this button, Internet Archive is this very, very large nonprofit in San Francisco that has an enormous collection of books, not only astrology, but many things. And they are very well funded, something that I would love to see my viewers in this particular little tutorial please help us as well, because we have paid librarians and we also have paid project managers to keep loading up everything that we can get. But Internet Archives will allow you to join for free, and then you can borrow the book online for 1 hour. So I'm going to see if I can do it with this. I'm going to hit access available through Internet Archives. Yes, it's taking me to Internet Archives. And there it is, right there. And I'm already a member, a free member, but if I want to borrow it for 1 hour, I would hit the borrow for 1 hour, because you can see I'm already in here. They know me, I visit frequently. So I'm borrowing this book for 1 hour, and it's the complete view of the book. Now, I have the book in my private collection, but the reason we've done whatever we're doing with this very unique database, alexandriabase.org, is to give access, especially to the younger astrologers coming up who don't have these books, because many of these books, after they were published in the astrology world, they were not republished. Some were very fortunate to have done. You can find them in used books collections. You can find them in some wonderful libraries, like in the Cayley collection up in Seattle, which Jen Zart just opened. You can find them in the Philip Graves. But if you can't travel to one of these places, and it is on the Internet Archive, here you go. And I just borrowed it now. It's going to give me an hour, and it's telling me I'm borrowing it for 1 hour till 2:14 p.m. And I'm going to just start opening up the pages. I'm going to flash. Let's hope that this works. It's just a little bit slow today. Okay. There you go. I'm going to go back to one page though. Okay, and here is the table of contents to go to the page that you would like, but I'm just going to scroll us through. If you want to do multiple pages, it's another way to work, because then you can kind of look for the page that you're looking for. You just, for those of you who are very familiar with the internet, this is not a big ask to do this. But I find this to be very useful, because if you want to research a book and you don't have access to it, and you can't travel to a library to get it, and you really don't have the funding to order it on Amazon.com, right now we have approximately about 1,000 Internet Archive access books right now. And by the way, Internet Archives also has some cassette tapes. I know there's a cassette actually in there, Lee Lehman, who was our dean at Kepler College. There's a lot of information, but there's also books all over. Now, let me take us out of this for a minute, stop the share, and mention another thing to you. If, in fact, you decide that you want to order a book, that you'd like to add it to your library, you can also go to smile.amazon.com and look for Alexandria iBase Library Project LLC. It'll be listed where the Susan Komen breast cancer list of all the nonprofits are, because we are a nonprofit 501c3 educational foundation. And you'll find that name, Alexandria iBase Library Project LLC. You click it, and you can order whatever you order on Amazon. And every time you order something, we get a very small piece of that goes towards our foundation. We have been around for almost 8 years. We started with some of my support. Urania Trust in the UK has been remarkable. We started working with Kepler College, where I taught the undergraduate program. for many years until Kepler decided that they needed to not be in a real hard office, and they left. And so then we upped our nonprofit category, and now we're located, well, legally we're located in Florida, but as you can see, this is a global project. Our librarian, our head librarian is in Ashland, Oregon. We have librarians all over the country. Our project managers are all over the country, and we do pay these people. And so this is a service to our astrological community, and it is not in competition with any of the other libraries, but in fact, we like to think of ourselves as the hub or the link to help you find that book or that article or that missing piece of information that you've been looking for that is not in your library. So with that said, I urge you to explore the AlexandriaIBase.org project. Again, one more time, I'm going to take you to the, I'm going to take you, sorry about that, folks, share the thing. I'm going to take you to Alexandria. And there's our homepage. If you'd like to ask a librarian for a question, here's another thing. You can just, and Anna G, our head librarian, does answer these questions. So if you have a question for the library, you send it to this number. It goes to one of our librarians, and they will answer you within 24 hours. My internet's a little slow today, but there it is. And there we go. So with that said, thank you for listening to this tutorial. I hope this has been helpful. And please tell your friends, tell your organizations that they can use this to help find the literature that is being lost day by day. And we would appreciate any support you can give, either from your organization or from you personally. Thank you. This is Georgia Stathis at AlexandriaIBase.org. My personal email is stathis.georgia@gmail.com. And we thank you for your support over these years, and we look forward to more.